We have three square little books today: Dragonflies, Stained Glass, and Vintage Journeys. They are going to make wonderful cards. In fact, here is one, and I have three more, so please come play with us. As I said, we have these three, and I just want to point out how thick they are. You can see there are, let me see, 120 pages in each one. There are 20 designs, and then you're going to get 6 of each. So, as I said, there are the three versions, and we're going to do them in sequence, just like they're laid out here. They do measure 4 3/4 inches square, so you can use them on many shapes of cards. So we're going to start with Dragonflies. And I will show you not only the cards that Heidi has made, but some of the other art. This is just so pretty, and I certainly hope you're seeing this on camera. It does have glitter and mirror and vellum all included and used on this. And let me just show you what Heidi has done. Now, to create her card, she used the silver metallic cardstock. And she cut 2 pieces. She started with a 5 by 5 inch square that will make the base of the card. And then she cut one that is 5 by 5.5. Then she scored, leaving that 1/2 inch as a little flap at the top. Then she put the extra sticky tape, our super adhesive, and put it on the back of the flap and simply attached it to that card base. So you end up with a card like this. So it has the fold at the top, and this is the longer piece. And that's exactly what she did to create this card. And you can see that flap on the back right there. So the extra sticky tape is going to hold it. What I thought was really interesting, one of the things that I thought was interesting, was her collection of items to use. So as I said, she had the silver mirror, silver cardstock. She also used silver glitter, and she used white glitter, and she used vellum. So all very soft colors in the white and gray, and married them with the little square book. So just really nice. And we're going to get in even closer to this so you can really see it. So she took the first sheet, and it looks like this, and you see it has the lace around it. She did trim this down so that just the lace was showing. You didn't have that white edge. And she matted it on the white glitter, so it has a very narrow border. And then she wrapped the vellum. So the vellum is our vellum that has swirls on it. And she's got 2 pieces. They're about 1 inch tall, and they're about 5.5 inches long. So you've got enough to wrap around that matted piece. So she did 1 layer at the top. You can really see that, I think. And then the second layer at the bottom. Then she took the velvet glitter ribbon and wrapped a piece and then knotted the ends on top. So all of those are tucked underneath. Nothing's going to get loose. And it just creates such a pretty, pretty piece. Then that was matted onto the silver glitter. And let me just bring that back so you get a bigger piece of it. There you go. So you can see the mirror, or the gold, the silver cardstock, the glitter, the white glitter, and the vellum. Just all of those so pretty with that piece of art. So this then was foam taped onto the glitter. The glitter was cut a little bit smaller than that 4 3/4 inch, or excuse me, that 5 inch square card, and simply glued to the front. Now, she also has used some dazzles, and these are from the We're Together dazzles. Now what you get are the We're Together words like missing you, thinking of you, sending hugs, love you, all of those in script as well as stacked. And you can see the stacked version right here, thinking of you. And that silver, of course, is going to complement the silver in the glitter and in the cardstock. So that's right up there. These little flowers are part of the package in the dazzles, so that worked nicely. And then she used Hunkydory's pearls. This is the Purple Passion, and you can see it goes very light to dark. So she put the lighter ones on the corner, kind of the darker ones in the center of the Dragonfly. But let's talk about that Dragonfly for a moment. Now, I did show you that sheet, and as I said, you get 6 of them. And what she did was to take that sheet and to cut out a second layer, just the body of the Dragonfly, and see how those wings are kind of bowed. Well, she did those with the bone folder, so just kind of curve them after she cut them out. So that was done. Notice the body goes on top of the vellum, so that's a nice little touch too. So just really pretty. Then on the inside, she has put the white glitter, a strip of silver glitter that was matted onto the silver cardstock. You can see more of the vellum strips. These are going the same way as they were on the front. And then she has cut out 2 of the dragonflies resting on a flower and has foam taped those in place. Has some more of those pearls, as well as the word love from the dazzles with some hearts. So just really, really pretty. Now, I promised, oh, one more thing she used is the ink pen that is the sparkle pen. And so simply to pull the lid, pull the cap off, and just to brush that over the Dragonfly. She did that on the front as well as the inside pieces. So that takes care of that. Now, as I started to say, I promised I would show you some of the other art. So let me just very quickly flip through these just so you get an idea of the art that's in there. Because I know that the collection that Hunkydory sends us, the graphic that we use, doesn't clearly show every single one. And as I said, there are 20, and there's going to be another one in that card that I showed you in the beginning. So, okay, that gives you a taste. There's even a few more, but we'll just let that do for right now. And moving on to our second card. Okay, here is our next card. Again, it's out of that Dragonfly pack, so really, really pretty. And this is using some of our papers. So Heidi has selected the Luscious Lace. Now, that may seem kind of funny with this very steampunk looking Dragonfly, but boy, do the papers work. So she's got the 6x6 as well as the Luscious Lace 12x12 solid cardstock. So she's using that. And she just took our 5x6.5-inch cards and trimmed off the edge to make it a 5x5 card. So that worked quite nicely. And she did cover it with the Luscious Lace. You can see that very pretty edge there. And here is the art that she used, just to show you. Obviously, it looks exactly like the front one. However, you can see that this has some dimension going on. So after she covered her card, then she put the piece right in the middle, and you can see it's very, very nicely. And then she used the copper border dazzles. Now, copper, I'll tell you, copper just works really well with anything steampunk. So the border dazzles obviously are going around the edge. Then she also you know, I forgot to tell you something. She did mat this onto the solid cardstock. You can see a dark blue edge, just a little bit there. So that has been done, then glued to the card, then that edge. So beautifully done. Okay, then we're going to do some layering. So as I said, you get 6 of these. So the first one goes down flat. Then the second one, she cut out the wings and the body, foam tape that in place. Then for her third one, just the top wings and the body. Then she did something interestingly. She folded that body right along that line in the middle, and just to give it a little bit of oomph. Then finally, she did just these 2 pieces. So those are foam taped on top. These little pieces down here, she just did 1 layer. And those are all foam taped on, as I said. And then to accent the copper, and I'm hoping you can see those little dots, that is the copper jewel dazzles, which is going to beautifully match the border dazzles that she put. The friend, well, that's also coming out of the Wear Together dazzles. And then the ribbon, this is out of the purple ribbon set that also has that very narrow ribbon that she has used. So very nicely done. The jewel dazzles are also in the corner, so that worked well. Then for the inside of her card, open this up, and you can see she's used the same piece. This time you can really see the lace much better, and there is just a border at the top of it out of the solid cardstock. This is just one layer of the Dragonfly. It too has been folded in the middle. It is foam taped, and that worked nicely. You can also see the border dazzles there and there. And then the jewel dazzles, those circles, and a love with a heart, and then a teeny tiny bow at the bottom. So purple and green are the colors of this, and it's just a lovely, lovely set. Beautifully done with those dragonflies. Oh, by the way, Heidi has a trick that she has shared with us, and every time she does a bow, she uses the Hunkydory bow maker. So if bows are your nemesis, this will be the hero to help you with that. Okay, now we're going to go into the stained glass florals. And Heidi's done something interesting with this, as she usually does. And again, this is a 5-inch square card. And she has made this out of the Black Mary cardstock. So you're just going to do it exactly, well, no, you're not. You're not going to do the way we did in the first card, because this is long enough where you can cut a 10-inch by a 5-inch by 10-inch piece, score it in the middle, and simply fold it. And that will get you your card base. And that's, you can see that that's what she has done. There you go. Okay, so we want to be sure to score that really well. She does use the adorable scoreboard and just finds it so handy, especially with that bone folder attached. So that's nice. Now, as I hold this, you can see it's got different layers of circles. How clever. Well, this sunflower is a circular shape in the art, so she played with that, and the 12 circles and scalloped cutting dies. So your nesting dies come in handy here. So what she has done is that she began, and so let me see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. 5 out of the 6 are used on the card front. So what she has done is first to take the square and simply glue it to her card base. Then she's going to take the 3-inch, or the third largest, so 1, 2, 3, this one, and placed it over the center. And it's nice because that center is going to make it easy to position those dies. So you're going to see, you're going to do one there, then you're going to take another piece, do a larger, and do a larger. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to be cut out using the circle dies. That will work well. Now they are foam taped over each one, and it just works really well because you can position them perfectly to match the art, and it creates this tunnel effect, which is just really fun to see. Now, to add a little bit of glitz to this, she has used some other products. So around the edge, she's used the thin line dazzles. Now, I'm always surprised at how narrow they are, but what a great look they give. So you can see it just is a finishing edge, beautifully done. Now you can see that she's got words on 3 of the 4 sides. For that, she used our tiny words and phrases. Now this comes in a sheet that is duplicated in black, white, gold, and silver. So here's the gold. So happy thoughts, life is good, and congratulations. And she has the side ones so that they're reading going in, and then this one I can read it as I'm just seeing life is good. Love, of course, is in the center. And then she used some gold jewel dazzles on the corners and the yellow ribbon set for the bow at the top. So that worked nicely. On the inside, she has used the gold cardstock as well as black. The black, there's a piece left from after you cut it, so that's going to go there. The thin line dazzles, top and bottom. And then these are the pieces that were die cut out of the flower. And then she's got more of the little words and phrases. You're the best. Celebrate, another bow, and you are done. So very striking, very, very neat. Now, as I promised, there are more flowers, as you would imagine. And let me show you. Just really pretty. That stained glass is quite lovely. And oh, how nice. There you go. You can see. And they're very nice and big, so that's nice too, because it's going to give you a great focal, and you can add more things. Okay, they give you an idea. There's more, but there we go. Okay, now we have our last one, and that's called Vintage Journeys. And I thought it was really interesting, the combination of products that Heidi has chosen. So you can see this is the image. She has shaded it with an ink pad, but with that, she has chosen brown crocodile embossed specialty paper, and it is embossed. I can feel it as I rub my hand over it. So this is very feminine. This is, perhaps masculine. And then to balance everything, she also has perfect little prints, 6x6, and perfect little prints solid cardstock. So what's going to happen with all of this? Well, let me show you. In this case, she is using our full regular card. So it's going to measure 5 by 6.5. And you can see that her first step was to chomp those corners. So we have Crafter's Companion, which is the corner punch. And it gives you 3 different sizes of corners. This is the largest one. So she's done this on all 4 sides. Really, really pretty. For the card base, that's where she's used the crocodile. Same thing, cut this down and then trim the edges. In fact, she matted it. Can you see that light blue border? She matted it onto the solid cardstock with just had about a 1/16 of an edge of the border. Really pretty. Now, this piece is also matted on that same blue. So you're going to be curving the edges of this piece and also the blue that you're going to mat it on. But before you do that, we're going to do some inking of the edge. And I can't tell you, especially after Teresa has really shown me the value of doing this, it just adds, well, you can see here, it just adds such a really good look to the artwork. So, as you know, we're going to use a blender brush as well as an ink pad. This is Velvet Fawn. Now, I'm not going to actually do this because I don't have my craft mat out, but I'll just mimic it for you. So just tap this, start at the edge of your craft mat, and brush it on, and you will have, you won't have any funny edges, and it will just be lovely. And like I said, then you're going to need to punch those corners. Now, before that gets attached, there is an area that she has used right here, and this is one of the perfect little prints. So she has trimmed it. The sizes are down below in the instructions, and then did the corners. You only had to do 2 corners, and then matted it on the light green this time. Now, these other pieces are part of the cutouts that are in that 6x6 paper pad. So they're going to be very nice right there. And so that gets glued down flat. This happy birthday gets foam taped. Then this piece gets foam taped on top after you've done all of that. The best is yet to be. That's another of the cutouts out of there. And she did still use the dazzles, the We're Together, so that high, and the little flowers are there. The bow is made out of our 1/8 inch ribbons using that bow maker. Really pretty on the front. Then on the inside, she has covered the whole thing with the solid cardstock. Another piece of this, all the edges are rounded, and then that wonderful spray of hearts and flowers. I just love that. Wider at the bottom, going narrow at the top, and going off the edge of her card. Thinking of you is from that same greeting. And I thought it was interesting what she did down here. This is the same art, but in this case, she just wanted to have about half of it showing. Rounded the edges, matted it on a gray out of the solid cardstock, and placed it there. So really very, very interesting. A great use of that repeating of the curved edges on all of those pieces. Just really, really nice. Now, for Vintage Journeys, do you want to see some other of the art? Here we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Let's see. So just lots of different things that you will see. So lots of ways to journey. And this is particularly a fun one that you can use for both masculine and feminine cards. So that just gives you a few ideas of what's inside. Okay, so as you can see, the last one was Vintage Journeys. Then we did the stained glass, and we did the dragonflies. All three of them are from Hunkydory, and we absolutely love their products. In fact, the little books have been just very, very popular with our customers, and I completely agree. So that's what we have in our Money Saver. It's on the right side of your screen. You will get a discount if you choose to buy all three of them. And we do have, as I said earlier, there are instructions down below. Just click on the card that you want. You'll see them over on the side. You can print them out if you want. If you're watching us on YouTube, we hope you'll head on over to Paper Wishes. Check out that Money Saver. You can see the instructions. And if you're interested in any of the products, we'll be happy to take care of you. We hope that you will come back again. So thank you, Heidi, for very creative uses of these square little books and so many fun products. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank all of you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.